Radford, Virginia is a part of the New River Valley in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains. About 380 acres of Radford is occupied by the Selu Conservancy. This conservancy is quick and easy to find. Not too far from the highway, 2 turns and it's on your right. Once arriving on the property, you are greeted with a long gravel road on farmland accompanied by farm life like cows. Dozens of cows roam throughout the land. The Selu Conservancy hosts everything from wildlife to homes to venues and hiking trails. After driving through some farmland, you will reach a gate to enter the tourism parts of the Selu Conservancy. You will first see a 2-story 1930s style house. This house is available to be shown during tours.
Our use specifically is not to recreate by any stretch, but to suggest, I guess, or to represent farming as it was done here in the 1930s, and focusing mostly not on the actual practices of farming, but on the life lived by people who were on farms without electricity, without running water.
Across from the house is a garden that the Radford University Gardening Club tends to. In this garden there are zucchini, strawberries, tomatoes, pumpkin, watermelon, lavender, daisies, and other flowers growing stupendously. There is a sign displaying a poem written by the woman who named the land Selu. At the garden, you get to experience picking fresh fruit and vegetables yourself. Big John's Laughing Place and Richard's Riverfront are great trails to overlook on the river. The Retreat Center is another aspect of the Selu Conservancy. This building is next to the barn and observatory. Both of these locations are great venues for conferences and weddings. These buildings display some historical artwork about the land and the people who lived there.
And in the Cherokee creation story, Selu is the Corn Mother. It was a way to honor the Cherokee who lived here. The painting that is inside the Retreat Center was the original cover of Mary Lou Aliocta's book, Selu, Seeking the Corn Mother's Wisdom.
One way we get wisdom today is by seeking meditation. The Retreat Center has a room dedicated specifically to meditating. In the kitchen of the barn, more than just cooking goes on. Honey extraction happens. Beekeepers gather all of the honeycombs from the bee stands and extract the honey from them by putting the combs in this machine. The machine spins and picks up speed until the honey comes off and slides out of the spigot into a bucket. It takes thousands and thousands of bees to produce so much honey. Thankfully, the bees are free to come make honey and go pollinate as they please through a bee door connected to the stand that leads outside. Under the barn is the lab. This is where all the research happens. Connected to the barn is the observatory. This is where you can look at the stars through a huge professional telescope.
We've seen the retreat center in the barn, and the lab downstairs, and the observatory, and lots of these infrastructure pieces, and the overlook. Right? There's lots of pieces in place here for people to come out and use this place. You know, I believe the intent was really for scientific investigation, experiential learning, and cultural education.